Well, fellas, it's finally here. We are on the FNAF PTB. You know what that means. Some opinions are going to be about, are going to come about, whatever you want to say, whatever. Right, I'm going to go into this, as I always do. Those of you who are familiar with the channel and just me, you'll know what you're in for here. If you are new, just bear with me, because I do present differing opinions compared to what everybody else is, because I have a feeling everybody's been screeching as soon as they've seen this. I've heard that Behaviour thinks this is going to be groundbreaking, all that kind of stuff. I am very on board and hoping that it is, but I have my reservations, we'll just say that, okay? I have noticed there is a separate queue for the pizzeria map. I am just going to briefly touch on this at the very beginning. I don't think this is a good thing. I know we do start on a negative and all that kind of stuff, but this is splitting the queues again, and it's going to extend queues massively for the purposes of playing one map. But, that aside, let's have a look at the main man, shall we? We will be doing this in customs because I'm not going to be queuing for 20 minutes to go be Twitch content farmed. So, we will just, I suppose, go into play under custom game, I suppose. And we will see. I have one perk as Pyramid, apparently. Where is he? There he is, the animatronic. It is Springtrap. Here we go. Dracula is disabled for some reason. I don't know the context behind that. Right, okay, we've revealed him from the rear. That's not what I wanted to do. Ooh. That's pretty cool. I do appreciate that little thingy there. Should we have a proper look at him, because I actually scuffed that right at the beginning. It's going well already. Just switch over to Killer. Here we go. That's beautiful. Okay. Now I do know this guy's oh yes, he's rotatable.
Be entertaining.
Beautiful. He is voiced by the original voice actor as well, that is PJ Hayward. I know nothing about FNAF, I want to just preface that as well. So this is all just, it's a funny robot to me. Although I do know that Springtrap exists, and if they were going to add FNAF to the chapter, he would be my pick, We'll do the perks, the add-ons, all that kind of stuff. Ooh, I didn't see that. There's actually something in there. Is that his neck? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's actually his body. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I do like that. I do like that. Oh, mate, I hope his fucking terror radius isn't fucking shit like all the other ones have been so far, mate. Where they just barely change from, from start, so you can barely hear it. I hope he's got a hard hitter in terror radius. Yeah, that's really cool inside there. Right, let's have a look at the perks. I need to remember how to actually do this because they change the HUD elements every time, and now I actually don't know how to just fucking assess the perks. Where is the bio for this character? There we go. Right, let's have a look at these, eh? So, we'll have a look at the power first. That's probably the better idea. Fazbear's Fright. Special ability, Fire Axe. Interesting. So he's a weapon swap character by the virtue of this. The animatronic is armed with a fire axe that he can throw at survivors. If the axe hits a survivor, the weapon becomes embedded in them. Ooh. Leaving the survivor vulnerable. Survivors must remove the axe before they can be healed. That probably takes nanoseconds to do. Special map feature, security system. So this is going to be his ability to become a dredge clone, if I had to guess. Again, that's just me. You'll have to put up with it. If you want to watch somebody who just screeches all the way through this about FNAF and all that kind of stuff, then, you're welcome to go elsewhere. But, I'm assessing this for future, gaming, and if he actually becomes a main or not. Because I have a feeling this is going to be a dredge clone, based on the doors they've shown. Because they say groundbreaking, but they just basically take one killer and mix it with another one from killer to killer, patch to patch. Regardless of what license it is. At the start of the trial, 7 security doors are spawned randomly throughout the map. Based on this, because there is a number to it, I have a feeling survivors are going to be able to remove them. These doors can be accessed by both survivors and the animatronic. Okay, so they can basically use your dredge teleports. Each security door has a camera attached to it. Interacting with the door gives the survivor access to the camera view. Allowing the survivor to cycle through every camera on the map, travel to the door they are currently looking through, and potentially reveal the animatronic's aura to the team. Don't like that. Using the cameras and doors too often will deplete the limited battery power available, forcing survivors to wait until the system reboots. The animatronic may travel between security doors with or without battery power. Good, because they are his, so he should get to use them without any restriction. If the animatronic enters a security door, they may choose to exit from any other door on the map. Moving to a door already in use by a survivor will cause the animatronic to grab that survivor. Nice, okay. So he's Dredge. He is actually Dredge. This was something I said. This was literally what I predicted. He's Dredge. Obviously, you know, this is at face value, but this is what I talk about when I say they recycle content. I'm not putting downers on it because it might look really good in the game. I'm just saying it right now. You know, this is Dredge. It's Dredge with Huntress. I was originally thinking he'd be Dredge plus Singularity, where you'd look through the cameras, you know, that kind of stuff, and there is a bit of that there. But yeah, so we're saying he's groundbreaking and all that kind of stuff. I'm just prefacing it, boys, because it's the top of the genre, you know. So it is what it is. As I say, you know, just to throw a bit of praise in there, this model looks really good. Very good lobby animations, because they never miss with lobby animations and all that kind of stuff. The character itself's good. I love that. I do love that. I love the distortion on his voice as well. I hope that's something that is actually present in the game as well. And you can hear it, you know, similar like Demogorgon when he hits him, and you hear the roar across the map, that kind of thing. Maybe he's got some of that going for him. But yeah, he's a Dredge Huntress clone. Potentially unknown, actually, because you throw the fire axe at him, you hit them with UVX, and then they have the ability to remove it, you know, and then you get reset, that kind of thing. Although, I fucking hope to God that this axe injures when it actually goes into him, because if it doesn't injure, mate, that's bullshit. I don't care, that's bullshit. So maybe he's slightly better in terms of unknown in that instance, maybe. But the whole based on throwing something at him, hitting him with something, and to get a debuff, that's very unknowny. But yeah, so basically power is looking to be something like unknown, Huntress, Dredge amalgamation, you know. So we'll have a look at the perks now, though. Starting off, right, we're going to do the bit. I do this with every killer, licensed or not. If it says Hex before it, I might as well not even fucking read it, you know. So, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. He's actually 4.4. Ooh, he's 110. He's got a smaller terror radius. They did say they would lean in towards him being stealth, but why is he 410? Why is he 110 then? Dredge isn't 110, and Dredge has a teleport ability same as the doors. I've never believed in anything being 110 anyway. I don't give a shit if he can throw things or if he can teleport. It still means he's useless when he's chasing. We'll have to see in terms of his average. I would have said he's tall. What? Okay, sure. I would definitely say this is tall. Maybe that's just something they haven't fixed yet. Anyway, yeah, let's see. I'm hoping for no X perks, no perks that, you know, do anything with endgame, that kind of thing. I just want something that I can actually run that isn't save the best for last, pain res, surge, or bamboozle on a killer, please. Help wanted, that's thematic. Where it all began, a pizzeria. Try as you might, you know how to stay one step ahead of your guests. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. Machine learning. When the compromised generator is completed, machine learning. Your successful basic attack cooldowns are 25% faster for 60 seconds. That is trash. Because you're losing a generator to get it. 25% faster on your weapon wipes, that's what that is. That's instantly power crept by a nerfed save the best for last. Because there is no world, and they still haven't figured this out because obviously they've just printed another perk, where spending a generator for something that lasts 60 seconds, there is no world where this is viable at all. So that is bad. We've started off with a bad perk. Phantom Fear. You've always had a reputation for startling unsuspecting guests. When a survivor within your terror radius looks at you, they scream and you see their aura. We've got reversed scene partner for 2 seconds. This perk has a 60-second cooldown. Fucking why? What's the cooldown on scene partner? Is that not like... Is that 60 seconds as well? 2 seconds? What? A 60-second cooldown? The fuck is that? What are you going to do with that? I guess you can spend 2 perk slots to run it with Lethal Pursuer and do it for 4 seconds? What the fuck? Seriously, I was expecting something pretty big, you know, because it's the big license. I had a feeling they were going to make it, and it's a killer-only chapter. They want people to buy it and play it. That's 2 trash perks. So, by virtue... It's the fucking exit gate switch as well. By virtue of the way this game usually goes with its killers and its survivors, just perks in general, there's always one perk that comes with the character that's game-breaking, so I can only assume it's this. Maybe we get a slightly better Blood Warden, because that is definitely an exit switch. Maybe you can break exit switches based on that, so you force them into one. Haywire. For some reason, machinery has a habit of falling when you are near. Exit gate switches with at least 50% progress regress at a rate of 50% of gate opening speed. Ooh, okay, I've got a little bit of a bit to say about this actually, because this is good. It's not good. It's not good as a perk, but it's good as base kit. While they are regressing, survivors see the exit gate lights flicker randomly. I don't know what that's going to do, but yeah, it just tells them it's regressing, I suppose. So I don't know if I actually said it on camera, because there's been a lot of situations in my videos where I show you that basically if you shut the hatch and you've got exit gates that aren't very close together, it's basically still a free escape if you're not running, you're not playing as a killer that isn't a traversal based one, because gate speeds are too quick. This should be base kit. This should actually be base kit. But because we have genuine survivor favoritism these days with this game, it will never be base kit. You have to run this as a perk. This should be base kit. So they can't just 99 gates and fuck around at the end game. It'd make it so much better because you would actually have to fucking think as a survivor, you know, at the end game. Rather than just basically running to a gate and quasi-opening it without having, well, whilst having complete jurisdiction over when you want to activate the end game collapse, you know. This should be base kit. Haywire should be base kit. I cannot believe you actually have to run it as a perk. That's amazing. Well, it's not amazing, it's actually kind of fucking annoying, to be honest. Because they've actually made something that should be base kit to stop 99ing gates and that bullshit in the endgame. Because it just completely nukes killer comebacks. Because they can just literally run to the gate and just tap it and open it when they see fit, you know? Yeah. That's his best perk as well, I think, based on the other two, man. That's ridiculous, that. 60-second cooldown for 2 seconds of Warlax. 4 seconds if you want to be bold and spend 2 fucking perk slots to run it as well. With Lethal Pursuer. 60-second cooldown's fucking insane, dude. That's actually insane. And then this one, I just don't. No, it's not good. There's no, as I've just said, there's never a world where spending a generator to get a fucking 60-second benefit. It doesn't do anything until you lose a generator. It's just bad. It's terrible. For the same reason machine learning was bad. Unless you were running Speedac Clown or fucking Chag, as they call it, you know. Or maybe Singularities. It did actually see some play on his own character. I used it anyway, but I still think it's bad. It just doesn't last long enough. If it was a case of being something like Fire Up, but as a haste effect where you gain, I don't know what a balanced kind of speed would be, maybe 2% or 1%. Yeah, just 1% per generator that's permanent. Just haste. Then I'd consider running that. But make it as though you only get that 1% increase if it's a generator you kicked, you know. And obviously you can only kick one at a time. So if you plan them together, and you do actually kick the right one that they compromise, don't fucking tell the survivors which one you've kicked with a big fucking yellow aura either, you know, that kind of thing. If they fall into the trap of the one you've kicked, you get that permanent 1% speed increase, you know. Because 1%'s barely anything anyway. But once you get 2 or 3 gens lost, 3 or 4 gens, it starts stacking up. That's 4% aced permanently, you know. which you should get anyway at that instance anyway, because you're at the end game nearly, you know. It'd give you an actual decent increase, you know, to a potential of coming back as well if you're having a bad game. That's just fucking terrible. That's really bad, dude. You're conceding a fifth of your objective for 25 for save the best for last. Slightly faster save the best for last for 60 seconds. Rather than just running save the best for last, taking a slight decrease in the speed of it, but having that permanently through the game. I'm sure they don't know what fucking exists in this game, dude. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just it's a worse version. It's just filler. Again. So we made something that should be base kit as part of the game's mechanics for him, and that's it. That's just not, never going to get seen, mate. I can't think of anybody where this is good. Maybe Nurse? Maybe use this on Nurse? For the same sort of effects of Predator? But it's got a 60-second cooldown. I reckon it's got a 60-second cooldown actually because of Blight and Nurse on that, maybe. But it makes it absolutely dog shit on everybody else. I don't know. Anyway, are we in custom game here? We're not, are we? We'll dip over to custom game. I'll do a quick little pass of the add-ons as well. Obviously, you know, we're not going to be able to make a proper evaluation of them, but we're just going to have a look at what his add-ons actually do and see if anything jumps out at us, you know. Is there a map offering as well? Because we do have a new map, don't we? I'm assuming it'll just come under Icarus Loam for Grenville, because I know it's part of the Grenville, there isn't a map. Wow, okay. Calls on the entity to nullify any offerings that would change the survivor's starting locations. Is this additional, or is it rewrote Shroud of Separation? It's rewrote Shroud of Separation on it. Good. I was going to say, if you've made yet another fucking pointless offering, just to fill the blood web with even more shit than there already is with all this just BP sync bollocks that shouldn't exist, you know. It's yeah. Have these been reworked? Then it still says tremendously increased. It should be 20% now, right? These just all need deleting anyway, mate. It's a PvP game, but you can send your fucking opponent to your favourite map. Ridiculous. It's like being in a COD lobby and some guy wants to play on the smallest map in the game with a fucking shotgun, and everybody else in the lobby has to then suck it up and play that shit, you know. That's basically what it is. I do like his model though. I do actually really like his model. I'm a bit ADHD brain, so I get distracted very easy, but I do actually like this this model. It is really cool. I just hope he doesn't look like complete shit in game, dude, because they can make really good lobby animations and Mori animations and all that kind of stuff, but they just can't animate walk animations to save their lives, mate, in this game. They really can't, and it does take you out of the atmosphere. Right, add-ons, let's have a look. Start from Browns, work up. Rotten Pizza, Chica reference. Food poisoning is no laughing matter. It isn't. Increases the duration of Killer Instinct from the axe by 50%. Killer Instinct is basically worse aura reading. Might be good, might be good. I don't know. 50% is quite big actually for Killer Instinct. Especially on a brown one. Maybe. Restaurant menu. The lamination is peeling and crusty. How appetizing. Nice. Trashy restaurant, isn't it? Decreases the minimum time required to retrieve an axe embedded in the environment by 10%. That might be good. Because you basically... wow, there's a fucking... by 10% as well. It depends how long it is to retrieve an axe, mate. That might fuck him up entirely. I wonder if there's anything that they might add as an add-on to benefit not picking the axe up. Like, maybe you can throw it into the environment and it gives you aura reading around it a certain distance. That'd be quite cool. So you could use it as like a UAV at like jungle gyms. Might be a bit strong that though, but maybe within a certain radius, or put it on a timer where they walk into the radius of it. You get it for like 2 seconds, then it goes on a bit of a cooldown, then it can reactivate, you know, if you're having a bit of a shit time at that jungle gym. You probably won't do that though, because, you know, killer stuff. Help wanted ad. We all need a little help sometimes. Well, winding up the axe throw, see a preview of the starting trajectory. So this is plaid flannel in it. Plaid flannel for nurse. Basically, is rendition of it. Sure. Probably training wheels add-ons to begin with. Greasy paper plate. It sticks to everything it touches. No amount of soap can wash it off. Increases the time required for survivors to remove the axe by 10%. That looks like our brown add-on that should be base kit, boys, because I have a feeling this axe is going to get yanked out very quickly because survivors are fucking superhuman, more so than killers these days. Streamers. Employees would throw them over the rafters for a quick decoration. Increases the speed at which you travel through security doors by 20%. Trying to think what this is. It's I'm probably getting this wrong. Destroyed pillow. Oh, excellent. Thanks, game. So we'll dip back in a second. We're back. Destroyed pillow, I think it was going to be. I can't remember. There's one that speeds up your teleport. Might be one of his series, actually. I can't remember. On Dredge. Security guard's badge. The badge comes with certain privileges for whoever carries it when exiting a security door after a teleport. Gain the undetectable status effect for 50% longer. That is your stealth trap enabler. I have a feeling. Or integral. Depends how long the undetectable is as well. Did he even Dude, they don't even mention that he gets undetectable. No. They actually don't. Yeah, I'm just having a scan there. No, they don't. They legit don't mention anything about undetectable. Fucking hell, dude. Right, okay. We just forgot that was a part of a mechanic of one of our characters in the video game, I suppose. Ripped curtain, taken from Pirate's Cove. There you go, Foxy reference. I'm wondering if they are actually going to... Well, his hook's literally there. If they're going to add them as actually cosmetics for him. Because everybody seems to want it, but Scott doesn't, apparently. So, get fucked to everybody else. When an axe hits a survivor, they gain the hemorrhage and mangled. I thought it was... If it was only hemorrhage, I would have said it instantly useless. Yeah, it's your sloppy butcher, basically, for axe hits. Your B-movie poster. Party acts. The party never ends, no matter how much they beg. When an axe is embedded in the environment, increases its area of effect radius by 250% over 3 seconds. Decreases the duration of the area effect. What does it do? What does it do? He's armed with a fire axe that he can throw at survivors. If the axe hits the survivor, the weapon becomes embedded in them, leaving the survivor invulnerable. Survivors must remove the axe before they can be healed. What does it do when it's in the environment? Is this something I'm not seeing here? I might be pissing a lot of people off here. At the start of the trial, 7 security doors are spotted. This is security doors. It's not the axe. There's not a single fucking mention of the axe ever again. So what does the axe do? Why does it have a radius? Why? What radius? Why? What's the radius? What's it doing? What does it do? What the fuck is this? What does it do? Special ability, fire axe. The animatronic is armed with a fire axe that he can throw at survivors. If the axe hits a survivor, the weapon becomes embedded in them, leaving the survivor vulnerable. What does that mean? Exposed? Aura reading? Survivors must remove the axe before they can be healed. When an axe is embedded in the environment, not a survivor, increase its area of effect that does something to 250% over 3 seconds. Decreases the duration of the effect by 50%. Wish I knew what it was. Wish I knew what it was. So I can't really comment on that because I don't actually know what the fuck I'm getting from that. So, yeah, sure. Is there a scroll wheel on this? No, that's literally the entire power description right there. So there's a lot of stuff we're actually just not explaining. Office phone. He tried to leave messages as a warning. It didn't last long either. Survivors within 12 meters of a survivor with an axe embedded axe gain the oblivious and, if injured, broken status effects. Ooh, okay. That's quite good. Well, if you're not in a Swift anyway, because Swift you just know everything. Purple guy drawing. It only takes 10 seconds to draw. While a survivor has an axe embedded in them, any rushed interactions they perform reveal their aura to you for 4 seconds. They can perform rushed actions with a fucking fire axe embedded in them. Okay. Ooh, this is a horror game, innit? Okay. Removing the axe from the cells reveals their aura to you for 4 seconds. What the fuck is that weird full stop going on? Okay. Okay, that tells a lot. Right, okay, so it is unknown then. So they can still perform rushed actions whilst the axe is in them. Obviously, I'm not saying this fucking nails them to the floor or anything like that, but I'm assuming they can fast vault rushed actions. So are we going to reach the same sort of stupid design space here again, where it's like, what's that killer? Well, there's Plague, where you don't cleanse against Plague, and you just deny her entire power. A lot of people told me I was wrong when, in a PvP game, that being a thing where you can dictate the entire use of a killer's power on the enemy team was bad game design, but no, you're alright doing that. It's basically that, innit? So there might be a meta incoming where you don't want to actually remove the axe. Maybe it gives them some kind of benefit as well, because there's usually some kind of thing that they get for being under the killer's power effects. Sure. Freddy's that. Gabriel? Is that our Soma? Trusted the wrong growing up. No, Gabriel's a kid from the FNAF thingy. I don't know who it is though, because I don't follow it. Now he's the star of the show. Increases the axe's weight while throwing by 100%. Ooh, is it physics based? Weight? Yeah, but why would you want to increase its weight? By 100%. So you just throw it onto the floor in front of you. Is that what that does? Increasing its weight. Fox's hook, a pirate's hook that seems more menacing than playful. Players within the range of the axe's area of effects gain 10% haste for 6 seconds. Are you taking the fucking piss? Players, i.e. survivors. What? I'm not going to sit here and think this is worded for 2v8 consideration. Haste increases killer movement speed. I know it does, but it increases survivor movement speed as well. Why the fuck would I give them 10% haste? Seriously? Is that actually what that is? That's going to be hilarious, mate, if that's actually a thing. 10%'s a lot as well. If it's just for the killer, yeah, that's probably going to be really good. Because again, that's what I said a minute ago as well. Where you throw the axe down and you can use it as like a small power-up. So that might be very strong, but... yeah, there it is. No, actually, there it is. Yeah. So they basically countered it. They've made it useless by giving it to survivors as well. So it does increase both of your speeds, but it basically just makes you both move faster. So they're going to get to the next pallet faster, you're going to follow them faster, you know? That's it. It's literally playing the game on fast forward. Rather than it being maybe 5% haste for only the killer. Or 3%, 4% haste. So we just give 10% haste to survivors so they have a chance to play around it, because they need a chance to play around literally anything that exists in this game, rather than being intelligent, running loops correctly, and playing a PvP game, basically. Sure. Chica's bib, we know where that's from. Let's Eat, that's a remarkably clean Let's Eat as well. Good way to keep Mr. Cupcake from making a mess. Survivors within the axe's area of effect gain the exhausted status effect for 5 seconds. That's probably a more relevant one. Because you throw the axe down. Wow, yeah, okay. You're chasing an injured survivor, you throw the axe down to deny their dead hard. And then hit them. That might be quite good. Point and click dead hard denial. Potentially. Bonnie's guitar strings, even though that's the entire guitar. Wall strings that are off tune and liable to snap. Unlocks potentially one's aura reading ability. Is this what I was talking about? No. While moving between security doors, repair progress of generators can be determined by the intensity of their auras. Maybe. I don't know. I've never... Because usually this is like an Eerie. It's an Eerie on Legion, I think, when your friends are. Don't know. Loot bag. Open a bag and see what goodies are inside. While a survivor has an axe embedded in them, they gain the incapacitated status effect. Okay, so they can't do generators. Exit gates will be blocked for them. Ooh, that's good at endgame. That is good at endgame. But again, it depends how quickly they can actually remove the axe. Because if it's some instantaneous bullshit, then no, it's not going to be good. That also implies that they can do generators while there's an axe embedded in them, dude. Fucking hell. They need to make it so they have to actually think, dude. Like, what's the point? You know, like, why would I embed a fucking fire axe into somebody and they can just sit there and do gens? Like, I don't have to give a shit with this fucking axe stuck in the side of their head. Or whatever, you know? Wherever it is on the survivors. You're paying add-ons for stuff that should be the nature of a horror game. Incoming dislikes, because I'm speaking sense again. We'll get onto the whole situation of him being nerfed 1 month after release after Behaviour gets the fucking money as well. Endo CPU. Greater computing power for greater efficiency. Efficacy? Okay. While within the area, the axe's area of effect, pallets, breakable doors, and generators break 25% faster. That's also good. This effect lingers for 5% for 5 seconds. Yeah, after leaving. So you can use the axe as a power up. This was actually what I was thinking it was going to be. That's quite good actually. So you can use some add-ons to give yourself perks. So you can basically give yourself brutal strength with a 5% increase on it as well, just by throwing your axe down. I'm willing to believe though the axe's area of effect is going to be really fucking small, dude. I have a feeling it's going to be really small. So you're going to have to place that right next to the pallet you want to break. Maybe. We'll have to see. But that strikes me as quite useful as a tool. Celebrate poster. This was in the first game, wasn't it? The thing you see in the first phone place. The celebration lasts all night long until no one is left. After an axe is embedded in a survivor, both you and that survivor gain 20% haste and vault 20% faster. This effect ends if the axe is removed, or if the distance between you and the survivor exceeds 32 meters. Hang on a minute. Ooh. Ooh. That could be S tier. You throw it into a survivor and then chase somebody else. That is some serious move speed, mate. That's going to get nerfed. Oh, step right up, boys. Oh, that's a prediction I'm going to make right now. That's going to be meta, I think. If you're going to play him as... you launch it, because that punishes Swift, actually. That hard punishes Swift. That's going to get destroyed. That's going to get completely destroyed. Can't have that. Oh, that arms the Twitch content farm. Oh, you throw it into another survivor, you chase somebody else, mate. Somebody that doesn't have the 20% haste effect. There is the problem with the removing it though, with how quick you can remove the axe. It's going to depend on that. But if the axe is actually hard to remove and they do actually have to spend some meaningful amount of time, that's probably good. Bit premature on the S tier claim, but it depends on how it really does depend on how quickly the axe is removed. But it's probably fucking instantaneous because it's a survivor mini objective in it. Well, yeah, that does punish Swift hard when they're all fucking running around you, you know, all that kind of stuff. Genuinely hinges on how fast it is to remove axes. Access panel. Getting control over the security doors is key to getting the job done. Your axe gains the ability to travel through security doors and will exit straight through the connected security door. That's fucking funny, dude. I like that. I do actually like that. That is fucking funny, mate. You're never going to hit anybody, but it's fucking funny. That's quite hilarious, actually. I might fuck around with that, but yeah. You're probably never going to hit anybody with it. But it'd be funny if it does. Just throw the axe through a door and it hits somebody else somewhere else on the map. That's hilarious. There's your purple meme add-on. Would be quite funny to land that. Depends where the doors are positioned. If they put them next to generators where, you know, they actually are online with generators, you could probably poke off gens with it. That's quite funny. Right, iridescent remnant. Molten metal in the right hands, it's the key to immortality. Is this a Mangle reference? Or that weird blob monster that everybody thinks is coming as a Dreadskin? Upon moving to a security door, windows and upright pallets within 16 metres of the destination door are blocked for 8 seconds. Maybe. 8 seconds is half of bamboozle. Within 16 metres as well. Maybe. Not too sure on that. Eries are always shit though, but last coin. Collecting these tokens comes with a price. Upon throwing your the axe, your terror radius is copied to the axe until it is reclaimed. You gain the undetectable status effect for 10 seconds. It's got some use. Maybe fast coin security breach? Security guard? A stealth trap? Because you cover your doors, and then you also get it with this. Good option, just run perks as well. But anyway, there's the add-ons and everything. I'll jump into a game now. We'll see how he actually works. I'm really hoping, boys, that he's actually something that isn't fucking, you know, toilet tier, and we can actually have something that isn't Blight or Nurse. But as I say, just to touch on what I said earlier on, when we nerfed Ghoul, and I said they were going to nerf Ghoul, and they all started attacking me saying I was wrong, and yet again, for the third fucking time, I've been proven right. So I'm going to tell you again, for the boys at the back of the room, as I sit here and in the PTB right now, if he is strong, and they start fucking whining about him, he'll get nerfed a month after release. So I'm just thinking a bit ahead, you know? I'm just ahead of the curve, in a general sense, you know? But you can be too, if you listen to sense. But, you know, history repeats itself numerous times and nobody seems to be able to grasp the fucking concept of this. So we'll play him out. We'll probably enjoy him on the PTB, because we won't be going against, obviously, survivors that are abusing all the actual broken shit in the game. And we'll think he's strong and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of other people probably will as well, because I'm not waiting in a queue for 20 minutes to go against the fucking Twitch content farm. I said that at the beginning. So, you know, he's going to look good. And that's going to be the general rhetoric that's going to be posted to YouTube en masse, and Behaviour are just going to take that as feedback and not actually play the game, you know. But it is what it is. So we'll get right in, we'll see how he goes. I like the approach, I've got to say. Right, come on, give me them voice lines, lad. We've got Carnival on the way that shows a lot of promise with voice lines and everything with killers. I do like the mechanical sounds. Right, let's have a look at the doors. Select door. Fucking whoa. Control move to door. Excuse me? Oh, I thought that was part of the map then. That's pretty cool. Interdimensional. Okay. Ready aim. Relax. Ooh, that's a bit heavy. Yeah, that effect is tiny, dude. I think they might have been... How do I pick that up? Reclaim axe. Okay, is that instant now? Can I... Hang on. I will lose the game for this, I just want to see. So if I'm walking over it, control. Control. No, I legit have to pause to pick it up. Okay. Okay, that's the perk, so that's 2 seconds. So I get a 60-second cooldown for that. Let's see what's breakout hurts. Pretty cool. Okay. Need to get used to these angles. Trying to mind game a bot. Get killer instincts. Oh, you can pick it up. Animations are quite nice, I will say that. What happens if I walk away from it though? There's the haste, I think. I think that's the haste, is it? It's not telling me on the old anymore. Usually have the percentage at the side. Right, okay, you can do it manually. Nice, okay. Just after a set time. We just get down with it. Oh, we fucking recycled Dracula and Vecna and Xenomorph's carry rig. Yet again, the fucking laziness, boys. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna get flamed for that, for wanting high quality content. But I don't really give a shit. You better hope fucking Carnival Hunt doesn't take off, boys, I'm telling you. And I actually wish no ill will to this game when I say that. Or, based on what I've seen, it's going to school this game pretty hard. She's in that shit. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so they can still run. And I get to see when the axe is. I can't really watch her lit out. I don't think she's still got it on her. Did the bots understand how to remove it? Yeah. There you go, it's gone. So I don't know how long that was. It sort of changed as she went, as it vanished, so maybe that was the duration.
The struggle will end soon.
Said Yoda. So it just... Right, okay. I was going to say, so it just downs, doesn't it, when they're injured? Is it still a good ranged... So I don't quite get that. A good ranged attack? I actually did think you legit had to manually walk to get the axe back. I would have said that was an it. Dude, there's an add-on to increase the weight, dude, and it's already way too heavy. Okay. He feels like he's got good tools though. Like he does feel like he's got I cannot believe they fucking recycled the carry rig for the fucking 4th time, dude. Having bend at the hip like a fucking robot, you know? That's nice. I do like that impactful animation. Shit, I need to reclaim that. It's fine. We are going to be trying to get a Mori going here. It is what it is, boys. Like, as I say, I don't hide myself for the sake of always being positive, dude. It's really lazy. It is really fucking lazy. The way they just keep reusing rigs. When they could legit give each character their own animations and the game would just look better. I'm absolutely terrified of what I actually look like at the moment because I have a feeling I look fucking stupid. Because I'll be sliding along the floor and everything, probably. That's really cool though. That is really cool. I do like that. Weren't actually over here. There's me undetectable as well. Wow, that's actually quite a good duration as well. We'll go over there, I suppose. Can I just keep using these as well? I can. Nice. I don't actually know where I was though. What door I'm looking at. Can I do this on multiple gens? Don't know. What's this one want it? You probably have to. Can't really. Oh, hang on. Yeah, like the weight of that is. I don't know what I've just done. That was new. One there as well. We do actually get that hit. Nice. Okay. Oh, we've got the unknown bug as well. Fucking hell. It's fine. Don't say anything. Toxically positive. Don't dismiss it. We're only at the top of the genre. Top of the ASIM genre. Holding everything back for 9 years. No. Don't say anything about it. Nice. There's a big fucking lockout window as well when you throw the axe. There's the celebrate poster. That's good. Do I still have that as well? No. I just removed it, hasn't she? So maybe the celebrate poster is actually really good, to be honest. If that's because it seems like the removal of the axe is actually a decent length of time. Not really had much use out of the doors, to be honest, at the moment, but... yeah. To get endo chip. Still not enough to catch that. Yeah. Playing it like it's players, dude. You can't do this against bots. There we go. Oh shit, she's dead. Hang on. I just saw something else there. Let's look at the Mori. Here we go. Gore, please.
Scream all you want.
And I'm looking to the sky. Okay, that right. I'm gonna say that's quite a good Mori. Is there any gore on her, or is she made of wax again? She's reset as well. That's not how she landed. So there's no gore. So that's a bit of a disappointment yet again. The jump scare sort of thing at the end kind of felt a bit forced, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. It just felt a bit weird, you know, just sort of put on the end, you know, because it's like FNAF, you know, jump scares. It's quite a good Mori though. It's quite a long one actually as well. Yeah, there's no gore again though, dude. Would it? Can't even get around this. I don't think I can I? That apparently went in her. Good. She's got the haste now as well, hasn't she? Yeah. So we're both just fast. Fast into a corner. Good. Are you killable? Yes, you are.
I'm so sorry.
I'm looking forward to see what Matthew Lillard's skin Mori is, because apparently that's got a custom Mori as well. Have I actually hooked these people twice? I've just realised. I haven't ever. I'm running a Mori. I don't remember hooking Yunjin twice. Is that a bug? Again. Over there. Which one was that? Shit. I'm the wrong one, huh? Which one was it? That one. Go to the middle one because we've been moving across probably to there. Did I just go to the other one then? Please don't tell me I just went to the other one. No, I think it's the right one. I'll just go over here because I don't know where they are. I've had virtually zero aura reading off this 60-second cooldown perk as well. Just there somewhere. Let's go with that one, right? It is actually slightly faster than Dredge, I think, and Demogorgon. There we go. So I just need to move close enough and then I'll start running. There it is. 60 seconds, boys, for that. That's hilarious. Let me speed ourselves up. Can still fast forward with the axe as well. Fucking hell.
Is no escape.
Okay. Right, okay, so I have to hook her. I just didn't feel like I'd hooked the others. Yeah, she's too hooked.
Go on. Scream.
Okay, we're potentially back over there then. Might move both together. Can I catch up to her with this? Hang on, wipe the weapon. Oh! Step right up, boys. Guess what's going to get nerfed? You can't have that.
Submit.
Way too much like a power roll, that.
I can taste the fear.
You've done the faces really comical as well. Look at that. Okay. Catch close. Stomp. Yep. I'm not really going to see how haywire works there though, but... Or maybe we will. Let's get over there though. Could use a door if I was sensible, but... I'll get outed by a bot. Get over there, see if he's over there. Where the fuck is it? There, okay. I didn't see anybody use a camera in this one though, either. Okay. I do like the little detail of the entity behind the door that you go through. It's a little subtle detail. Like that's the entity door. Okay, this Alan is just waiting it out, I suppose. If he looks at me, I might be able to see him. Yep. Okay, guess he's just gonna die somewhere. Hello, hang on. There it is. How about that? It does seem like it could be good, man. But as I say, like, it is what it is. The same situation every time. Right, that's his walk animation. So that looks like it might be good in game because it's actually appropriately the speed of it's appropriately mapped based on this. It does look like he's stomping, so maybe his walk animation isn't wank. Yeah. We'll have a look at some of his other add-ons, all that kind of stuff. We'll take the perks off because the perks just don't do anything, fellas. All of them are just very bad, I think. I didn't even notice any of this. If they even did it. This we're not going to see against bots. And that's just useless for 60 seconds. But, you know. Yeah, there it is. First Springtrap game. We'll see how it goes, but as I say, as I always say, and you know we've been proven right on a couple of occasions now. We're gonna have in whatever state he is for about a month. If he proves himself to be strong in the meta and all that kind of stuff, he'll get nerfed down at fucking C tier. That's how it works. right? It's got nothing to do with fucking us versus them. It's got nothing to do with me being a killer main, or going on about how survivors, you know, are the bad ones here and all this kind of shit. It's a fact. That's what happens, yeah? Because whenever anything gets power in this game, we just cry about it en masse, and that comes from the survivors. And then it gets nerfed. And then you go back to playing against Blight and Nurses, something you're consistently confused about for some reason, you know? Rather than there being just strong killers in certain instances, you know? So, it is what it is. As I say, it does seem like it's quite fun, because obviously I do enjoy Dredge of TPing around and all that kind of stuff, and obviously Unknown. The Axe is going to take a bit of getting used to with the Arc and all that kind of stuff, but I might look at the one. I can't remember if there was the one where there was if there was an add-on that extends the radius of the Axe's influence, because at the moment it's really small, but we'll see. But there it is. There's the first game. And obviously the add-ons and all that kind of stuff. We'll see you on the next one.